and good evening to Nauset News. I'm your anchor, Brian Evans.
And I'm Bethy Tarbocas.
And we're going to be talking about some announcements and our lineup for today's show. All right, so we got a mock trial team orientation happening October 2nd. That'll be from 4 to 5 p.m., welcoming back people from last year and welcoming people for this year as well. And we got a 5K run/walk happening at 9 a.m. September 23rd, starting at the high school. It'll be a nice 5K run. And now we go to the seniors. They've got some reminders about some yearbook materials, which are due from at October 4th to the 18th. And for more information, you can go to the Nauset Regional High School homepage for that. Speaking of seniors, 2018 Nauset Tides yearbook, the purchasing will start November 1st to December 31st for $75, and anything after that is $80. And now to you.
Thank you, Brian. Up first this week, we have the top story by Becca Canerium, and it's about what foreign language trips are going on this school year. Up next, we have our High Five Student of the Week, football player Mac Labarge, being interviewed by his brother, JP Labarge. This week, news and sports will be brought to us by Emma Burke and Cordelia Youngling. Artie O'Neill and Doug Bazzaio will bring us the health tip of the week. The fashion tip will be done by Amanda Spence. Things to do by Lipsky and Ramel Brown, focusing on movies to see and activities to do. After, the special report by Thomas Schultz will focus on clubs that will be offered this year. Ava Berardi with the political spotlight. Camden Fitcher will showcase his drumming skills with interviewer Matthew Campbell on today's Talent Search. And to finish off the show, we have an extra story on this year's cheerleading team by Jenny Clark and Kylie Shelley.
All right, thank you for that lineup. Now it's time for our top story.
Thank you. I'm Bethy Tarbocas.
I'm Brian Evans.
Hi, I'm Becca Canerium, and today I'm interviewing Mr. Mulholland, the Latin teacher for Nauset News. We will be discussing the upcoming foreign trips for this school this year. Okay, so how are you today, Mr. Mulholland?
I'm great, Becca. How are you?
I'm good. So can you tell us about the upcoming trips this year for the foreign language?
I'll do my best. I run my own trip to Rome, Italy, and it goes every 2 years, and this is one of the on years. So we leave in February of 2018, and it's over February break. Usually take about 16 students, 3 other parents. It's a little unique in the sense that it's run entirely by me. It's not through any travel service. And what we do is we spend most of our time in Rome, Italy. We see all the sites that you might expect, like Colosseum and the Vatican Museum, but we also do some things that are kind of off the beaten track and really get very close and personal with the city of Rome. We travel around by local transportation, do a lot of walking. We do make one day trip down to Pompeii. So that's my trip, and if you're interested in getting involved in that, you just need to contact me. I do give preference to Latin students, but anybody can go. So we do have a trip to Martinique in the French Caribbean, and as far as I know, that trip is still running. Mrs. Kiwi, the French teacher, is the one to see about that. She has information. You might also check with Madame Clairot. She may have some information as well. I believe that's going over the April break. And then, of course, there's the annual German trip that Mr. Allen runs, and that's always over the April break as well. And that's a stay in the home of families. So it's an exchange program. So you take certain German students that come here, stay here for a couple of weeks, and then right afterwards you fly to Germany and stay with the same students' families over there in Cologne, Germany.
Can you tell us what the price range is?
Yeah, so mine, the Rome trip is $2,100, and that's an 8-day trip, and it's all inclusive: food, transportation, museums, everything. I am not sure of the exact price of the Martinique trip, but I think it's around $2,600 or $2,700. Again, check with the French teachers about that. And then you have the German trip, which is probably the most cost efficient because you're putting up the German students and they're putting you up when you go over. And I think that that's closer to $1,000. But again, you'll check with Mr. Allen about the exact details.
Is there any fundraisers that will be going down?
Yeah, so in my group, we do have a fundraising group, and we do things like we raffle off some merchandise that's donated by local businesses and people who are part of our group. Sell the raffle tickets, and we raise some revenue there. That's actually been going on all summer long. I know that the French group has some ideas as well. And I'm not sure with the German group whether there is any fundraising or not, although there is some financial aid available through his fund. There's also another trip that I didn't mention that I think was going, and I'm not sure what the status of it is now, but it's a Spanish trip, and it was supposed to be to Cuba. I don't know whether they're still going on that or whether they've made it into another Spanish destination.
So the last question is, can you tell us about the cultural experience the students will have?
It's invaluable, and you can't really replace it. The idea of making a connection with another part of the world, other people your age, involved in not only in another language, but really in another political system, in another cultural system. It makes you more of a global citizen to be able to do this kind of travel and to have the experience. I think that's what school is all about, is to sort of broaden your horizons. You can't do better than an international trip to broaden those horizons.
Okay, thank you for your time, and I can't wait to hear all the amazing experience that the kids have, and I hope that I go on one of these trips in my 40s.
I hope so too, Becca.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Sports. I'm Emma Burke, and I'll be one of your hosts.
I'm Cordelia Younglin, and I'll be your other host.
Let's start off with field hockey. In field hockey news, the Warriors fell to Barnstable 4-0 in Hyannis on September 16th. Despite the loss, the girls are working hard under the direction of new coach Katie Ilkovach. Homecoming, will be here soon. Please mark your calendar for Friday, October 13th, and come watch the field hockey team host Falmouth High School at 4 p.m. And finally, congratulations to recent Nauset grad, Lucy McNamara, who is a goalie at Simmons College. Lucy has recently received 2 awards for her goalkeeping records this fall at Simmons. Lucy is the daughter of history teacher Mike McNamara. Way to go, Lucy. Now for boys soccer. The boys soccer team traveled to Martha's Vineyard on Saturday, September 16th and won 3-0. Thanks to a hat trick by senior captain James McCulley, goalie Jack Avalar earned the shut out in net. Also playing well was freshman Ben LeBranch, who is credited with an assist, and defenders Abdul Talabahi, Andre Boys, and Owen Wilcox, who played well defensive throughout the game. Now for girls cross country. The girls cross country team traveled to Lakeville over the weekend and competed at the Big Wave Invitational. Top 15 finishers in each race received medals, while top 3 were given places. In the freshman-sophomore race, Isabel Nobly grabbed 3rd place thanks to a great kick that had her passing 2 runners in the last 200 yards. And Rachel Pringa placed 6th overall. In the junior-senior race, captains Madikit Nobly and Tara Ellard both had stellar races, placing 1st and 3rd overall respectively. The girls will face Barnstable High School in a non-league matchup in the coming days. Good luck, runners. Now we're going to hand it over to Cordelia.
In girls soccer news, the ladies also played Martha's Vineyard on the road and won 10-0 in a lopsided matchup. In football news, Nauset defeated Martha's Vineyard at home in front of a packed house Friday night 42-16. Mac LaBarge was relentless for the Warriors, contributing 2 touchdowns, while teammates Bobby Joy, Isaiah Honeycutt, and brother J.P. LaBarge each had 1 apiece. Aiden Sullivan scored after recovering a fumble in the end zone, heading into the 4th quarter with Nauset at a 42-0 lead. Nauset football is off to a great start. Keep it up, Nauset Warriors. For golf, on September 14th, the boys varsity golf won against Dennis Yarmouth 246 to 290 on September 14th at Captain's Golf Course in Brewster. Charlie Campbell was the medalist of the meet, scoring a 38. Miles Walther had a 39. Liam O'Hara had a 40. Will Campbell had a 42. J.P. Dishiet had a 43, and Parker Cameron scored a 44. All 6 Nauset boys beat out DY's best player, Jack George, who only scored a 45 that day. Congratulations, Nauset boys golf. The girls' volleyball lost Cape Tech 3-1 last week on September 12th at home. Despite the loss, Amy Poyant, Ailey Gallion, and Emma Wright played well.
Hello, this is Thomas Schultz with your special report. Today we will be discussing the after-school clubs this year. Social Club will be meeting on Mondays at 3 p.m. in the guidance conference room right after school. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Timmons at X5196 or timmonsm@nausetschools.org. The art club will meet on Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. in C101. Come to an open studio atmosphere to unwind, connect with peers, and get creative. Green Club meets on Thursday mornings at 8 o'clock in E101. Come and get involved in environmental projects around the school and community. The Human Rights Academy meets on Thursdays from 3 to 4 in A200. The Haiti Club meets on Wednesdays from 3 to 3:45 p.m. I highly recommend going to the Social Club. I've been there before. It's a place to be social, make small talk, and talk about your problems, and make friends. Well, that's it for today. I'm Thomas Schultz, and this has been your special report.
Hi everyone, welcome to Things to Do. I'm Lipsky and
I am Ramal.
yeah, first we go movie part. Let me introduce you some most popular movies this week. First we go say Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a PG-13 movie, so that's a movie which we can all see it. And yes, we had 2 series of Spider movies before, and one is the Spider-Man, which involved Tobey Maguire to be the Peter Parker. And another one is The Amazing Spider-Man, which also a fantastic movie, but not good as the older one, I think. And I'm sorry I talked a lot about the older ones, and now let's go on the new series and Spidey's brand new beginning. I believe you guys already seen Civil War or the trailer of Homecoming, and I admit when I see spiders just came up and swing everywhere, I feel love in her. And you know what? Who cannot like this cutie? After all, if you are a fan of Spider-Man or Marvel, I strongly recommend you to see this movie. Then goes to Logan Lucky. Okay, the best one I've seen in the theater. And the cast, wow, Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig. If I can be good looking as them, I'd love to die in 28. And I think I'm gonna end the introduction with the movie The Hitman's Bodyguard. If you have ever seen the movie Deadpool before and you like it, you must have a try on this movie now. But if you don't like it, just ignore me, please. Okay, that's all the movie parts, and then we go to activities on Cape Cod.
Chura Treasures Weekend is September 23rd to 24th. There will be grape stamping at the Chura Vineyard, a 5K road race at 9 a.m. on September 24th. Starting at the Palmet Harbor parking lot, there will be activities at Chura Highland Lighthouse and at the fire and police station. If you like outdoors, jump on the bike trail in either directions. You can bike to Dennis or the other way, all the way to Wellfleet. If you like shopping, whale watching, or just good food, go to Provincetown. Walk Commercial Street or climb the Pilgrim Monument. There's always plenty to do and see in Provincetown. This is the end of our show.
Thank you. I'm Lipsky Joe, and
I am Ramel Brown.
good night. See you next time.
Hello, I'm Ava Barodi, and this is the Political Spotlight. Today, our top story involves North Korea and the growing tensions between them and the rest of the world. As North Korea's nuclear threat looms, President Donald Trump addresses the situation to the leaders of the United Nations in New York. This is not an issue between the United States and North Korea. This is an issue between the world and North Korea, Trump's National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster said on Friday. During this meeting, Trump will persuade the United Nations to back America in the fight against North Korea. In other news, acid attacks in Europe are rising drastically, recently striking 4 Boston College students abroad in France. Attacks such as these have become all too common, with cases coming up in India, France, the UK, and Canada. Simon Harding, a criminologist and expert on gangs at London's Middlesex University, told the BBC that acid is becoming a common weapon of choice. Acid throwing is a way of showing dominance, power, and control, building enormous fear among gang peers and groups. I'm Ava Barardi, and this was a Political Spotlight.
Hello, I'm Artie O'Neill
And I'm Doug Bazile.
with your health tip of the week, preventing the spread of germs and keeping clear of the flu. Obviously, with over 1,000 students attending this high school, it's hard to stay away from germs. However, we have some tips and reminders to help keep those nasty germs to a minimal.
Tip number 1, wash your hands properly. At least 20 seconds with warm water and soap. Tip number 2, wash your hands frequently, especially before and after you go to the bathroom, eat, use the school computers, or even the school's fitness room, where the germs can be on the hand weights and even the doorknobs.
Hey Doug, how many times a day do you wash your hands?
5 or 6 times a day.
Wow, no wonder you never get sick.
Thank you. Again, I'm Doug Bazile,
And I'm Artie O'Neill.
and this was your health tip of the week.
John Paul Labarge here, reporting your High Five Student of the Week, Mac Labarge. Mac, you had a great football game on Friday. How do you think the game went?
They went pretty good, John Paul. It was a great all-around team effort.
Last year was a much tighter game against the Vineyard. What do you think the changes were?
I think we have a now simpler offense. Everyone understands it fully, and we can just run the plays like we can.
Cool. You were flying around up there. Word on the street, you have a shoulder issue. Could you address that?
Yeah, so in the last kickoff of Friday's game, I separated my AC joint in my shoulder. So it's going to keep me out of practice until Thursday, but I should be back for Friday's game.
Cool. Shoulder injuries are tough. I understand Andrew Sandoval is dealing with a similar one.
Yes.
Yeah, they're tough. So big game coming up this Friday against DY. What are your thoughts against going up against such a challenging opponent?
You know, John Paul, I think we've improved a lot since last year, and we had a pretty close game last year. We were beating them in the third quarter in one of the games, and I really think we have a great chance of beating them this year.
Cool. Switching routes, no pun intended. How are your classes going? What are your feelings strongest?
You know, I'm taking a high history class, and I think that's going to be my most challenging class this year. So that's where my main focus is.
Cool. Have you peeked into your college search yet?
Yeah, I'm looking at a few schools right now, specifically for baseball. Yes.
So baseball is the sport you want to play in college?
Yes.
How was your summer?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Down fall, pretty busy, a lot of baseball.
Cool. Well, high five, Max. Nice job.
Welcome to Fashion Tip. I'm Amanda Spence. This week is all about colors. You can never go wrong with brightness. Add some pink or neon to your wardrobe. Suggestions. Girls can try colorful tops or scarves and some jewelry just to spice the outfit. And boys, you can try some colored socks or pullovers and some baggy jeans. I'm Amanda Spence with the Fashion Tip of the Week.
Hi, my name is Matthew Campbell and I'm here with Camden Fichter. So Camden, tell us, what is your talent?
I'm a drummer.
Okay, and how long have you been playing the drums for?
Probably almost 10 years. It's gonna be 10 at Christmas.
Okay. And when did you get your first drum set?
Well, I got my first drum set, which was a kid's drum set, as a Christmas present from my parents. And I got my first real drum set for my 12th birthday.
Nice. And who was your biggest musical inspiration?
Well, my biggest music inspiration has to be the Beatles, because they're my favorite band. I like their music, and they changed my life. And if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be a musician.
And any individual drummers that inspired you?
Well, I like Ringo Starr, I like Buddy Rich, and Dave Grohl, and many more.
And how did you find out that doing the drums was your thing to do?
Well, I have a lot of talents, but the one that stick to me the most was drums, because I really like drums. You know, I love the sounds, the rhythm, the beats. But originally I wanted to play the tuba, but I wouldn't be able to breathe well with that thing in my mouth. So I wanted to do drums, and the rest was history.
All right. Now, could you play something for us?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. Well, thank you for that. That was really good. And keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And I'm Matthew Campbell, and this has been your Talent Search of the Week.